So I watched this movie last night and I loved it.
Thank you.
Lindsay, for me, was definitely a missing piece with this whole Snowden case, and ultimately, she plays the emotional price for Edward's actions. I hear and I understand that you didn't get a chance to actually meet her before taking on this role. What did you do to be able to bring, her essence to, your character and playing an actual person?
Yeah, I mean, just to sort of talk about the first thing that you mentioned, Lindsay is a piece that I didn't know. I knew a lot about Edward Snowden's, not his life, but I knew a lot about, or heard his name a lot when I was researching all of the information that he released years ago. But Lindsay wasn't really somebody who came up, and I didn't know much about her, let alone his history. And this movie, what I find so beautiful about it is that Oliver chose to not retell the story of Edward Snowden, the face of mainstream media, but tell the story of Edward Snowden, the human being behind the face that mainstream media has painted. And in playing Lindsay, it was incredibly important to me to retain her integrity and to protect her as a person, because she's not someone who chose a life of exploitation, or chose a life of journalists wanting to analyze and dissect her moves. She's someone that life chose her for that, and I wanted to be aware of that.
And they didn't portray her in the media kindly whatsoever.
Yeah, no, the media, likes to say that Lindsay Mills was a stripper. Lindsay Mills was not a stripper. And has never been and is not. She is a pole dance instructor, a yoga teacher, an acrobat, and for anyone who's ever attempted pole dancing, it is incredibly difficult and something we should all honor women for being able to do.
You had some moves, I will tell you that. Now, this movie, there's a lot of acronyms. There's the TSAs, the CIA, so I was wondering if you'd play a game with me and see how well you are with acronyms that are used on a daily basis.
Uh-oh.
Okay, ready?
Probably not good. What the heck?
Uh-huh.
Fabulous beauty intelligence.
That you got that absolutely correct.
Federal Bureau of Intelligence. Flashback Friday?
Yes, and
Saigon Broadcasting Television Network.
what was it like working with Joseph?
Amazing. I think the world of him as an actor and an artist, and I had for a long time, but being able to get to know Joe and see the integrity of that man and his capacity to portray a character not because he is an artist selfishly wanted to prove to the world what he could do, but he as a human being wanted to protect the integrity of a man who sacrificed a lot to help people like Joe and myself and you and your daughter. That was something that I was, very moved by with Joe, because I think a lot of people could have taken this role and could have made it about them. And Joe took this role and he made it about Ed. And that's something to be really, something to acknowledge and something to admire.
Well, thank you so very much. I, again, thoroughly enjoyed this film.
Thank you.
This is Kira Lynn, and you are watching SBTN.